Welcome everyone to a surprise round of 5th edition D&D, where we are not only going to do a bit of improv, but we're also going to help Hope ask that seems simple, but you never know what happens on the streets of Illumina. Let's introduce our characters, and then I will Hope himself describe the mission. We'll go from the most veteran and work our way backwards.
Think that's gonna be Adrian. He's an Alvin mercenary who's learning an old way to use the sword. Uses a little bit of magic. He has a longbow, longsword, and a rapier, both with magical arcane focuses, but only the one on the longsword is active because you can only have one focus active at a time. But if you wanted to, you can switch his focus to the rapier. Hasn't at the moment. Might. And depends on how he feels.
Yeah, the rapier is suited for it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Adrian.
Hope.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Hope. It's a tiefling warlock. He likes to start some business up in Illumina, so he joined the Adventure Guild to get more experience, so he can fight himself. And I finished this. He have a rope and he have a club. So yeah, I think that was that.
And if I pronounce this right, Shema?
Shamash, yeah.
Shamash?
Shamash, yeah. He's a Dragonborn sorcerer from the Kimbertool clan. He's a wild mage sorcerer, though he has trouble controlling his powers. He was actually effectively exiled from his clan because he can't control his powers, and found his way to the streets of Illumina. He's only been there for a short while. Wound up with the Unnamed Adventurers Guild and is currently trying to find his place in the city.
All right. And normally I wouldn't do this, but considering the situation and considering the party composition, I will be including Felicia Gray on this adventure. She will be an NPC. She won't gain any experience. She will be able to participate in the reward. So, of course, Adrian and Shamash, what would you two be doing in probably about the afternoon?
Probably earning his daily wage, grabbing a warrant dodger.
Fair enough.
Shamash is likely to have been to the local libraries trying to see if there's any employment there. Also, being that he's a bit of a bookworm, he's probably been spending a lot of time while he's been there. More time reading the books than actually trying to find employment at this stage, I would probably have said. He's probably just starting to make his way back, trying to think of where he can look for employment next.
All right. So, Adrian, I'd say you just captured a warrant dodger. You got paid 10 gold for it. He's definitely no threat to Illumina or anything like that, but he's definitely just a nuisance. So they're glad they pay you 10 gold to capture him. By the time this round happens. Shamash, you definitely have probably more like an armful of books getting ready to read them. And you're like, oh man, I shouldn't read these, but I need money.
Yeah, that sounds about right, definitely.
So you guys are looking up the board, sitting at a nearby table. And Felicia is probably also in the kind of training area. There's no, like, I wouldn't imagine that there's actually a training area inside the guild, but they do have a corner where they kind of go to spar, and she's there. Hope, you have just gone through this kind of long, tedious task of figuring out who owns properties. Who's the next deal going to be? And you realize now you have this huge shipment of stuff you need to get rid of. Well, you don't need to, but it's a pretty important person and you want to kind of show off a bit. But you definitely don't have the manpower to do it. You return to the guild as you've come to the conclusion that you want to hire some guild members. Please introduce your quest.
Yeah, I'm on the way up. I'm gonna hire some horses and make them wait at our place, at my place.
Yeah, you'll be using your normal merchants that work at your Dreams of Hope. They'll move the goods.
Okay, good.
They're just waiting for your bodyguards.
Yeah, I come in and I have write it a note. I don't know why I write the note, but it's very pretty because I've mastered the art of writing. So I'm going in and I put the note up and I'm gonna say in the guild, I have a merchant quest. If people to help me, I'm happy to pay. And I kind of yelled that in, or not yelled, but talked very loudly. And I'm just waiting on people coming to me for work. And I don't say the stuff I need to transport some stuff from from one town, from this town to the other side of the town.
Sounds simple enough.
Yeah,
Easy gold.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot worth, so I don't want to lose it. So I'm happy to pay.
Yeah.
Well, I need the money, so I'm in.
So I say happy to hear that, and hey, I see you before, and I'm gonna find out roundabout. Nice you to help me this time. And did I meet the high elf? Probably.
The half elf Felicia or
No, high elf.
pattern? Okay.
Okay. Did I meet you before?
Yes. We were both with the dwarf and the poison and that.
Okay, I'm trying to say happy to meet you. Happy you to help me. Nice to see you again. And I did the hand. I say, and I'm trying to say hello to the barbarian, the half elf. Nice
Hi.
to see you. Nice to see a new face here.
I was here before you.
Yeah, I promised a new face, but I didn't see you before.
Yes. I've been kind of busy with oral.
I don't need to know anymore. And I'm gonna ask, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. What's the price that we're working for?
You get 750 gold each.
Okay.
I'm not. If you need good help, I'm not cheap.
No, actually, that was a bit more. I thought it was only going. I'm not going to say what I thought you were going to pay, but because it was. So I'm happy to work for the 750.
Yeah. I'm used to work here. Sometimes it's the pay is flat. But if I pay beta, I expect you're gonna fight more for it. Yeah.
And Shamash is kind of staring slightly at the amount that you're offering there.
And I'm just gonna storm out of the door and ready to go.
All right. Let me make some rolls here. Oh, this is going to be an interesting day. All right. So Hope leads you all up to up Murky Street to Water Road, where you see two caravans just loaded to the brim with materials and crates and large objects. Some of them are very exotic, definitely not from this land, and most definitely not from the Sword Coast that Adrin's used to. And basically, from the route that the drivers have planned, you'll be heading back up Water Rat Road to Murky Street, and you'll hit the street of Maelstrom. And rather than going down Tempest Street, which is normally safer, and then going down Deadbroke Street, which is definitely not a place that anyone wants to be, you guys will be heading south and going down Midnight Avenue, heading to Regal Street, then heading down to Guardman's Road, which is supposed to be one of the safest streets that you can get on. And then you go down to Wizard's Lane to the Wizard Keep. Does anyone want to take a peek at the merchandise?
Nope.
I
As
probably
long
know
as it's
what
not
it is.
streaming, I don't care.
Actually, let me roll for that. Ooh, yeah, you do hear screaming.
I am going to investigate the screaming.
Yeah, you lift
Yeah,
open
safe.
a crate. You lift open a crate and you see a mandrake root that is already been pre-plucked, but because it thinks it's nighttime, it's screaming because it's awake. And when you shine the light on it, it like panics and then goes into the ground, or like a little dirt mound that it has.
I meant humanoid screaming, calling for help.
It sounds pretty human.
Yeah.
I just asked, are you ready to go, or you want to loot all my stuff?
I'm just making sure things are on the up and up.
I appreciate that, but I'm
Well,
not
you don't know who would slip what in what shipment.
Yeah,
one of your merchants could be working against you.
yeah, but it's my people here, so I trust them. But yeah, good to know you have my back.
So, going to move out.
So there's two wagons who, of course, each wagon's going to have a driver already. But where do you guys want to sit in each one? Who wants to sit in what vehicle? Where are you sitting in the vehicle?
Yeah, I'll sit next to the driver in the back wagon.
I'm just sitting in the front then.
I'm just saying in one of the wagons.
Well, you and Felicia are kind of just looking at each other, and she's like, "You can take the back one or the front one. We can pair up with a mage."
I'll take the front one.
All right. She sits down in the back of the wagon, and the second one. All right. As you guys are driving along, you get to the corner of Murky Street. If you want, I will actually screen share so you guys have an idea of what I'm looking at. So here, you get to this corner, and when suddenly what seems like a lot of people come in from this alley / street, they come in and they start blocking your way, kind of getting in the way. Just pretty much just being obnoxious. They are definitely stalling you.
Yeah. I'm looking around. If they're stalling, I'm trying to look to see what they're stalling for.
Everyone, what's everyone's passive perception?
14.
12.
Yeah. Instantly notice people sneaking around and like looking through the sides of the caravan.
Yeah. You shouldn't be doing that. I point out my two fingers crossed, and I yell at one of them, "You shouldn't be doing that."
Once you catch them, they like drop down from the side and start like meandering.
Did I see them take anything?
No, they seem to be just peeking in.
I want to try and intimidate them to back off a bit.
Yeah. You'll actually get some assistance from Felicia, which gives you advantage.
Nice. 2 seconds. The first roll was 16, so the second roll was 1. So 16 plus my intimidation, which is my intimidation. What am I on about? My intimidation modifier is plus 5, so that's 21.
Yeah, you shouting at people from your caravan, and the beggars start backing away, kind of retreating from your vehicle to the point where you actually startled some of them. They don't want to anger a dragonborn. They know what dragons can do. They don't want to know what you can do. Some of them back and fearsome in the back, front, and they let you pass without incident. The beggars eventually, as you drive past into Murky Street, they all go kind of back into the alley and kind of just start asking people coming from the inn if they can have some food or water or something.
They ask me for food or water?
No, just people that are leaving and entering the inn that's nearby.
How many people is there?
That's a good question. I would say about 19 people are 19 beggars.
How much if that costs for dinner for them?
A standard dinner would probably be about 5 copper.
For 19 people? So that is
For 19 people, it would be
the 10 silver, 1 gold?
about that much, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Can I see the barkeep in the inn?
No. You are still in your vehicle.
I'm gonna see about to find the leader to the better and throw him 1 gold coin and say buy all the people food
All right.
for the night. And thanks
They
didn't stop us. Appreciate it.
yeah, they all go into the inn and they cleared off the street.
So I don't get a bad reputation. Yeah, that's good.
At this point, I would like to make everyone to make perception checks.
$13.
12.
7? No, let me see. 15.
Shamash?
Yeah.
Perception check?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I thought you heard me. 12.
Hope, you are watching around and you notice a couple of definitely shady looking figures watching from an alley. As soon as they realize that they're being watched, that you're watching them, they turn into the alley and leave.
I'm gonna say to the others, keep an eye out to see people watching us. So. Is that uncommon to ride wagons this time of day?
No, there's a lot of merchants,
Okay,
a lot of trade. Wagons don't usually like come in or out of Murky Street because Water Rat Road is generally for pirates and stuff like that. Wagons do go in and out there, but usually they don't belong to the city. They just belong to ships. Or just companies who abuse the fact that pirates and stuff can't bring stuff on land. So they just make money off pirates.
Okay.
So a shipment like this is unusual.
Are there any other wagons in sight? Or just us?
I'm going to say yes.
Nice.
In one of the alleys right around here, where the shady people were, there's a bread wagon who is a bread maker, obviously, just moving a large moving dough around.
Right. And are any of these wagons in a position that could potentially block our path?
No. You've already drove past them.
Right. Okay.
So you guys get past Murky Street without any issue, and you go through the city square with no problem. You guys get to the street of Maelstrom, and as the driver said, we're almost at the street of Maelstrom. Everything seems to be going fine so far. Anyone want to comment or make any additions?
Yeah.
I am just looking out for anything because anything may happen.
Yeah, the initial incident with the beggars has got me on guard now, so I'm actively looking around as well.
All right. You guys start heading south down street of Maelstrom. Anyone have a background that might suggest that they are of street warfare?
I'm a guild thing, so what a dollar guild. $1 at guild.
Guild artisan.
Yeah. I know about street war, but I've probably seen.
I'm a mercenary by background, so
Okay. Adrin, why don't you make me an investigation check?
16.
You're minding your own business, but you've had some rough jobs in the city of Luskan, where that is basically everything that happens is basically street warfare. And as you're heading down the street, you're kind of reminded of one of the streets that happens in Luskan, and you're looking up at one of the windows. A couple of people with crossbows looking. The windows are closed, but you see them looking through them, and you can see them kind of holding onto the locks.
Yeah. I tell everyone we have bolts incoming. Not making eye contact with anyone. I'm just telling them we have bolts incoming.
Whereabouts from? Are you able to let us know without alerting them that you see?
I just, without looking, looking at the other people in the group, I say, from the windows up top.
Okay, your driver says, bolts? What? And of course, as soon as you say that,
I say to the driver, don't look. Just drive.
the two rugged-looking men come from each side of this, like the other street. So they come up from Midnight Avenue Street and they start walking towards you. Now that you're all made aware that there's crossbowmen around, you guys become definitely aware for combat, and you see two windows to the open up, and you see a door to the west open up, and they start shooting at the driver for one. Those two are gonna miss. And the one guy tries to shoot, but his bolt so two bolts kind of hit the front caravan. The merchants control of the horses as the horses freak out for being shot at. And now they are just running forward. What do you guys want to do? Roll initiative?
Yeah.
I'd like to try to make the horse not go crazy.
Actually, I think that would be a good idea in just general. Initiative?
Yeah. Can I forgot to say I was holding a firebolt until the windows opened to
Okay,
fire.
take a shot.
It would be 10.
No. They shoot their bolts at you. You throw a firebolt up at one of them, and they take cover behind the window, and you just see the firebolt hit the ceiling of the building that they're in.
Yeah. I rolled crap.
Not much wonder now. You definitely hear the bolts going off, and you see you don't see the roads in front because you're in the second vehicle. But we'll see. So Felicia goes first. She's gonna pull the longbow, and she's gonna look at the one to the door because that's the only one she can really see from the very back of the wagon. She's gonna shoot, and she's gonna miss him. Oh wait, I didn't add proficiency. Never mind. She's gonna hit him because they are not very armored. I'm rolling the wrong dice because I forgot what longbow damage is. For 8 damage, you hear a grunt to the left of you guys as an arrow plunges into one of the ambushers. Hope, your turn. You're in the front wagon.
Try to stop the horses.
All right, how are you going to do that?
Don't know how to stop horses. Jump up. Try to calm them down somehow. I'm gonna jump on the one horse and try to calm it down.
All right, make me an athletics check.
Oh fuck. 10.
Yeah, you almost fall off as it's not a large jump, so you manage to jump on.
Yeah, and then I will try to calm it.
Animal handling?
Yeah. 14.
Yeah, it definitely slows down. The two that you're near slow down considerably, and they're in control again. However, the other vehicle is not in control.
No, was there only one vehicle or both? That drove crazy. Yeah, the both in the start was wild, right?
Yeah, they both went.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I understand only the first one drove crazy, but yeah, okay. I use my bonus action to make my club magic. If I have a bonus action.
You're going to use your bonus
action to make my club magic. Cecilia, or what do you call it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is my turn, I think. It's an action to calm it down, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Use your animal handling.
Super. That was my turn.
Shamash, your turn.
Right. I am going to take. I'm going to focus on one of the shooters from the window, and I'm going to. Well, sorry. How far away from them am I at the minute? Well,
The closest one to you is probably about 20 feet.
right. That's fine. In that case, yes, I'm going to use my cantrip poison spray on him.
And he has to make a con save.
Yes. That's not well, this is 30 for me at the minute.
Well, he's not going to make it.
Oh, no.
He rolled 6.
Excellent. And I believe it's check its D12 damage. Yes, D12 damage. And I got a 5.
All right, yeah. The poison cloud enters the window, and he thinks he could just take cover from it, but it spreads out, and he starts coughing on it. His definitely sounds incredibly pained from having the poison enter his nostrils.
Excellent.
And
I only get the one action, don't I? Because I don't have any bonus action slots, is that right?
that's true.
Yeah, so that's me then. Yeah.
Okay. Adam, you're in the first wagon.
Yeah, I guess.
So your wagon's calmed down, but the wagon behind you that you can probably see at this point, the horses are still running like full charge towards you. On top of that, on the one of the men on your left just got shot by an arrow, and you can hear despicable coughing coming from one of the windows.
Yeah. Ambushers go before me, though.
Oh, right. They're going to reload and try to shoot at the merchant. One of them spends his turn fixing his crossbow bolt, and so does the other guy. And however, one shoots the merchant that was in the first wagon. And the merchant gets shot in the gut and he passes out. The two that are in front, they are going to attempt to jump onto the wagon that is moving past them, which is the front one. They jump on, but they aren't able to actually get in the wagon. They're just hanging off the side. And that's their turn.
Let me get right. We still want to try to drive away, but the first wagon is not untrollable, and the other wagon is
the other wagon's still freaking out. So the other merchant,
okay.
the other
So we
merchant's
still
going to try to
try
gain
get
control.
away, right? Yeah.
The other merchant's going to try to gain control of the wagon that he's in, and he actually manages to do so. It's looking pretty bad. You think the other wagon might collide with the front one, but the merchant gains control and moves the horses and the wagon out of the way. Adrian, your turn, I believe.
Yeah. Blade Song and Sword Slash one of the guys holding onto the side of the cart.
All right.
Oh, so close. 27.
So close. Yeah.
That was a 19.
Yeah, that definitely hits him.
Yeah, so that is 14.
Yeah, you hit him, and how do you want to kill him or just knock him out?
I'm just gonna knock him out.
So how do you want to subdue him? Basically, you come out the front part of the wagon, and he's just looking up at you, hanging off the side, off the seat.
I am. Well, can't hit him with the bunt because that's where my magical focus is. Baseball swing with the side of my blade.
Yeah, that would do it. You just launch a heavy swing. Hope you're riding the horse, and you hear a loud thud, and a loud thud as the ambusher's just unconscious, laying on the
Actually,
street.
no. What I actually learned about longswords, I actually flip the longsword around, grab it by the handle, and just bash it with the hilt, the guard, because it's bludgeoning.
Yeah, you hear a large crunch as the guy just falls onto the ground. He's bleeding from his head, but it's not a deadly blow.
Yeah.
Top of the round. Felicia's gonna shoot at the one that she shot at already, and is gonna miss him. Hope, your turn.
The other guy who hang on. How close are we on two guys? The one is hanging on mine.
Yeah, you're probably about 10 feet from the other one.
I don't know how to. And is there other people nearby?
Just commoners, but nobody.
I try to jump back and hit with my club.
All right, make an athletics.
14.
Yeah, you make the jump with no problem.
And I like to hit him. I roll a 19, so that is 26 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits him.
And 12 damage.
Yeah, you hit him, and it looks like he's about to fall off the slow-moving wagon, but he holds on with just one hand and manages to pull himself back up onto it.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty, looks like he's ready to faint.
Okay, good.
Shamash.
Right. So is our wagon still out of control, did you say? Or did the driver manage to regain control?
No. Yeah, your driver's good.
Right, okay. So, by the time he's managed to regain control, how far away from the combat are we? Because nobody jumped on our wagon, did they?
No, you guys have not been making very good pace as soon as the combat started. The other driver is unconscious, so the horses of the first wagon have come to a stop. And your driver is, well, he can't just stop immediately, so you had to turn around them.
Right.
So you're basically side by side with the other wagon.
Right. So the guy that's climbed up onto the other wagon, that's looking a bit worse for wear at the minute. How far away from me is him? Could I reach over with my quarterstaff and smack him? Is he close enough?
If you really reached, you could.
Right, so let's give it a go then. So I rolled an 11 with my strength modifier. That gets 13.
13? That's enough for a hit.
Oh, nice.
Do you want to subdue or kill?
Again, I think we'll try and subdue him.
Yep. So you just, how do you want to do it?
Just hit him really hard over the back of the head with a quarterstaff.
Yeah, you just smack him on top of the head, and he just falls off the side, kind of like half rolled. He's in a kind of in the fetal position, laying on the ground, holding his head.
He yells some obscenities in Draconic at him. And that'll be me again.
The ambusher's turn, with the two of them unconscious and the one crossbowman wounded. They are deciding to flee the scene. They are leaving.
Can I firebolt someone? Considering the range on that thing?
You can firebolt the one at the door, but the two at the up in the windows, they have cover. You can't even really see them.
Okay. I'm going to firebolt. And I rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, I won't say it really matters. You throw the firebolt, it collides into the building, but the building is made of sterner stuff and seems to have seen worse things than a small firebolt. So the man escapes, unless you want to give chase.
I'm not going to give chase. We already have 2 unconscious people.
Okay.
Aye.
So your adrenaline starts dying down as it seems that the 3 of them have gone. You have 2 unconscious bodies, and your merchant, one of your drivers is unconscious.
I give the unconscious driver a healing potion.
Okay. Yeah, you pull the bolt out of him, and you give him a healing potion. Roll for how much health he heals.
Yeah. That's 7.
Yeah, he's definitely looking better. Though, ultimately, because of the damage he took, he did get a little scar. But you just looking at his injury, you can tell it's healed everything that it can.
Chicks take scars anyway, it'll be fine.
So, of course, Felicia is just walking around, making sure there's no more ambushers. Eventually, the Watch show up. You tell them what happened, and they say, "Yeah, no, we recognize these 2. We'll be putting them in jail again, that's for sure." And they cuff them in manacles and take the 2 unconscious ambushers away. That's a really funny idea. This is gonna be great.
Never good when the GM says that.
All right. So the driver is okay. He gets back in the reins of the vehicle. You all take your positions, or do you want to look around?
Best to just keep moving.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. And gonna put a note with them and say, "Don't ambush me again."
All right. So you guys continue on. You get around the corner of Streets of Maelstrom. You get through Midnight Avenue. It seems fairly uneventful there. Everyone make perception checks.
So many perceptions. It's
You gotta keep vigilant, man.
yeah.
11.
All right.
Well, crap. 10.
I have a 16. I'm rolling good today. I'm not amazing, but good.
So, Adrian, you're in the front vehicle. You haven't heard or noticed anything. Then you hear a familiar voice behind you say, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Who's behind me?
You recognize the voice as Cassandra.
More importantly, what are you doing behind me?
What do you think? Do you know what's even in these things?
All I know is I saw mandrakes.
She says, "This is the Archmage's belongings, you know? There's nearly 50,000 gold pieces in this thing."
Yeah, so as far as I know, we're taking it to the Wizard's Tower to the Archmage.
Yeah, how much money we could make.
I'm already making a lot of money just taking the stuff to him.
Wait, how much are you getting?
Why are you here?
You know why I'm here. This is a stupid question.
Yeah, well, I don't want you going back to back to Lockup.
That's true. Just tell me how much you're making so I know if I should be leaving or not.
Almost 1,000.
She's sitting there. She's just covers her face. She says, "Well, that's more than I'm getting paid. Have fun." She kisses you on the cheek before crawling back through the small crawl space of the cover of the wagon that she got in the first time, and she just goes back away down the street.
Can
Smash,
I check
are
to
you in
make
the
sure?
front?
Can I check to make sure she didn't take anything?
Yeah, roll wisdom.
Ooh, modified 20.
Everything seems to be in place. It seems that the first thing she did that when she got in the vehicle was talk to you.
Okay.
Shamash, are you in the front of the vehicle of the second wagon?
I am, yes. I'm, yes. Sat next to the driver.
Yeah, so you are the driver's busy like calming his pets from the engagement from the last time. So he doesn't notice, but since you're looking around, looking out for trouble, you didn't see her go in, but you see her come out. And she just squeezes through the cover of the wagon, and you can see Adrian was talking to her, and she's just walking away. She's wearing a purple cowl.
Purple cowl.
Yeah.
Can I use my cantrip message to contact Adrian to see what to talk about?
Feel free.
Is the message one way or two way?
It's two-way.
It's two-way. Technically. I think it's like he can talk to you and you can respond to him in your head.
Yeah. Right, so what were you talking about? Anything that we need to know? Being that we can't hear all the way back here and she's suspiciously wandering away.
She was just saying hi.
Just saying hi.
Mhm.
Anything else?
No.
Seems a bit suspicious that she's coming out of the wagons that we're trying to protect, and she would crawl up just to say hi.
I could start having real fun if you want, but
What's wrong with my girlfriend just saying hi?
She was your girlfriend.
Shamash, I want you to make a perception check, but at the same time, you, Adrian, you're having this conversation in your head, and you can feel a hand going through your hair. An invisible hand.
I cast see invisibility.
It's just a mage hand going through your hair.
Hang on, I rolled a 12. My perception plus 40.
Yeah,
I look into the other carts. See invisibility is not concentration and it lasts for an hour. I think it lasts an hour.
Yeah, no, see, nothing going on in the other cart. Shamash, because he's got the cover kind of in his way, you see the woman that Adrian's called his girlfriend. You see her cast using a mage hand from kind of behind in a small alley, and you can see her like making this petting motion. Not sure what she's doing,
Right.
but you can see Adrian cast a spell to see what was going on. He's like looking in your cart, like, what the heck?
Right. Well, I think Shamash is getting more and more confused now. He doesn't know what to do with himself, if I'm honest. Right. If Adrian is being a bit coy about it, and being that Shamash isn't known for his social skills, he wants to try and persuade the lass to tell him what's going on.
Sure, roll persuasion. So you get out of the vehicle and you walk up to her.
Oh, yeah. Right, I got an 18, with persuasion modifier is 5, so that's 23.
Oh yeah, she's not shy. She says she rolled a 3. She says, "Oh, I was just stroking my boyfriend's hair." And eventually, after she says that, she makes the hand visible, and you can just see this purple hand going through his hair.
Shamash will blush and head back to the car without saying anything.
Though it doesn't last long, and after about a minute of being annoyed by this mage hand petting your head, it stops, and you can see her leave completely now. All right, so you guys finally leave Midnight Avenue, hit Regal Street. All right. Make perception checks, or perception or insights. I'll let insight also work for this one.
I think those are the same.
Yeah, wisdom, but
Yeah. Perception. Ooh.
I have 18 in insight.
I'm either rolling bad or 19s. I rolled a 23.
Well,
I'll let you. I think you can know which one I rolled.
Shamash is still embarrassed. His perception check was a 4. His insight one, however, was 14.
All right. Let me check Felicia's insight because it's not great. Yeah, it's not high enough. So, Hope. You guys are traveling to Legan, and these kids show up. There's about 3 of them that step in front, like semi in front of the wagon. Like they're definitely trying to get your attention. And they say, "Can we have some silver for our bellies?"
I'm gonna give them silver.
And Adrin, while Hope, you notice that 2 are kind of heading to the back, but once they see Adrin there, they ask him the same question.
I'm gonna
You
throw
bet-
3 silver on the like 10 feet away from me on the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're more likely to get money out of the tiefling than me.
They say okay. As you're kind of
Is there
Telling them to head back.
anybody sparkling there? Because that's what I assume seeing
No.
invisibility is. You just
no,
uh,
none of them are sparkling.
there's no sparkly, half translucent people skulking around the cart.
You do see somebody like sparkling, but they're in an alley. But it doesn't look like they think that you can see them because they're standing pretty casually. But as you see them, you hear some noise behind you, and you see another kid trying to like get in. Once you spot him though, he sits down beside you.
Yeah. I pick him up and put him off the cart.
Fair enough. He says, "Come on, I could just use a little ride."
You're more likely to get shot up here.
He says, "Oh," and he walks away.
Is the invisible guy still there?
Yeah, he's just standing there.
Is he watching us?
Yeah.
Can I shoot a firebolt top above his head?
Sure. Shamas, because of your location, do you want to make me another perception check?
Yep.
19.
My perception was 16 this time.
Ooh. Okay. You guys hear Adrin cast Firebolt into a narrow street. And you were just aiming above the guy's head.
Yeah.
All right. It goes where you intend. And the guy, of course, looks up above, looks at you. You can tell he definitely realizes something about you. Probably the fact that you have different colored eyes because of your spell. And he leaves.
Yeah.
Hope and Adrin, make me new perception rolls.
I tell Hope, you have invisible people watching you.
Oh, fuck. But I hope we did that before to do anything.
9.
Hope,
11.
can you make me a new perception roll?
11.
Okay. You guys are getting ready to continue on, believing you have dispatched the last child. One more perception check from the both of you.
Okay. 18.
And me?
Yep.
Oh, 18. The die.
All right. As you two are getting ready to tell the merchant to, keep going, ignore the kids, you hear a crate lid close and someone disembark the wagon.
Uh,
I don't jump down and stop him.
I go to see who is it.
It's a you jump out of the vehicle, you see a kid, and he seems to be carrying a fairly large diamond.
I think it's mine.
How far away is he?
Only about 30 feet away.
I move 20 feet towards him, or no, I can I move from where I'm at? Can I get to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't move very far. He seems to be stuck at a door.
Yeah. I just go and grab him.
Yeah, you get to the door, and bad luck on the kid's part. This place has been broken into so many times that the door is actually enchanted with hold portal and can be only opens with a specific key. So the kid basically ran into it, and he tried to break into it, but he couldn't.
Mm.
So you grab the kid, and he says, "Let me go, you dumb elf."
After I return this and I grab the diamond from him.
Make a strength check just to see where that goes.
I'm hoping that's because he rolled low. I did. I got an 11.
Oh yeah, you easily pry the diamond away from him. He rolled a 1.
Yeah. I was thinking that he's holding on to the diamond with both hands. I'm just have one hand on it and just going back and forth.
Yeah, you thinking you might have a strong grip and you would have to pick him up, but it just slides right out of his hands.
Yeah, and I just go back to the cart.
Hope, you want to do anything?
So he hold both with his hands?
Yeah, but he can't hold his own weight, and he drops to the ground once Adrian lifts him up.
Yeah, okay. I'm going and check his pockets.
Okay.
And do I find anything in his pockets that's mine?
No.
Okay. And I'm trying to say to him, if we touch you one more time, you don't need to worry about the city guards.
Roll me intimidate.
18.
Yeah, he's definitely a little freaked out, and he runs away from you. He says, "The demon is mean."
I'm just walking back and laughing. And I'm
So-
gonna say thanks to Edward because he got the diamond. It's a good job. Now I'm gonna jump out on the wagon.
All right. You guys managed to go through Regal Street without an issue. The guards come around as part of a routine patrol, but once they see you have everything under control and that their assistance isn't needed, they keep going. You guys get to Guardsman Road without any issues, and you get to about this intersection right here. Roll. What's the range on seeing visibility?
I don't think there's a range. It's just I can see invisible creatures. I have to double check. For the duration, you can see invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible.
Okay.
You can see into the ethereal plane. Ethereal creatures and objects appear ghostly and translucent.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
13.
Yeah, it's you think you hear something head towards the second wagon, but you're not entirely sure.
Yeah. I yell at the Dragonborn, check your cart.
Right. Yeah, in that case, I'm going to get up and start looking.
I yell at him, don't check it with your eyes, check it with something pointy.
Well, quite easily, I've got to be quarter staff and a tiny knife, so I'll start jumping about with the tiny knife.
All right. Do you tell Felicia what's going on?
I do, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, she gets up, and she says, "Poke around with a knife." Well, I don't have one of those, so she pulls out her greatsword and she swings around her. This is going to be one really fucked up wizard. Yep. So she lets out a quick swing around the caravan's belongings, and you hear a shield spell being cast, breaking the invisibility. Their sword breaks through the shield and slices into the wizard, and he drops into the caravan floor unconscious. She's looking at it and she says, "Well, even the air is against us."
I'll turn around and yell back to the first cart. It's all right now. We're sorted out.
Remember take his stuff. What's that stuff?
Right. Okay. So I'll rummage through the wizard's pockets then.
Okay, well, he's not dead. So she says stealing is a crime and so is murder.
All right. In that case, I'll back off.
Yeah.
So
I yell at him.
Yeah.
If they're a spellcaster, take their component pouch. If it's a wizard, grab their book. They can't. It gives us leverage against them.
she says, or she spends 10 minutes using a healer kit on him and brings him back to consciousness and stabilizes his wounds. He starts waking up and she says, hi. And he's like, who are you? And she says, the one that's going to leave you on the street, and then kicks him in the head and knocks him unconscious. And then she gets back in the wagon and gives you a thumbs up.
And I gonna yell, good job. And I say, I like you, Barbarian. Oh, but you're a strong woman.
Are you going to shout this to all the way to the back end of the other cart?
Yes.
She says, you're welcome. Kind of echoes in the street.
And I gonna wave to her. Like, understood.
So you guys get to this spot here, which is just the corner of Wizard's Lane. And
Cannot see
You're not
anything.
screen sharing anymore.
ah, man, what am I doing wrong? So you get to the corner of Wizard's Lane here, and of course there's a lot of apprentices just going in and out and just trying to make it to their classes, as magic has, through the Unnamed Adventurers Guild and other mercenary outlets, magic has definitely proven itself to be a very valid and powerful resource, and more people are being actually sent to the Wizards Guild and Wizard's Tower to get trained.
You could say Illumina is going through a magical renaissance.
Pretty much, which would explain why the guards are very ill-equipped to deal with anything. So you get to this corner, and there's 3 wizards there that definitely stand out to confront you. Two of them seem to be pretty cocky-looking wizards. One of them seems to be a very passive female. Seems like she might have been just goaded into this, but realizes this is a terrible idea.
I'm gonna jump out of the cart and head towards them.
I'm going with him.
And
And I asked, do we have a problem?
he says, no, we're here to collect for Relgar Stormbringer.
Who?
The Archmage?
Do you have the papers?
He says, yeah, of course. The other guy snickers like an idiot. So you already know that something is up. But they hand you... Yeah, insight if you want.
13?
Yeah, you definitely know something is up. But they do offer you a scroll.
Can I do an insight too?
Yeah, feel free.
Oh, 9.
Of course, the one male is pretty stern and confident in what's going on, but the other one seems all bubbly and dumb.
I'm gonna take out my contract, and do they anything say I need to deliver to this person, or?
It just says the delivery has to be made. The scroll that they hand you, do you see... Is your see invisibility still up? It lasts an
Depends
hour,
on...
right?
Lasts an hour. Depends on how long it took to get down midnight.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can still see it. The words are there, but there's definitely like they're sparkling on its own, and some words are actually like, it looks official if you didn't have like the site that you have, But with see invisibility, you definitely see some words have been added or some words have been like cloaked. So anyone who is reading it would believe that was official, but with your see invisibility, it's not a forgery in the typical sense, but it's definitely been tampered with magically.
Yeah. I hand him the scroll back and I say, nice try. We're gonna wait until we hear from the guy himself.
And I'm gonna look at Andrin and say, what happened?
It's a magically tampered note. Words were added and removed.
I'm gonna say,
to anyone who can't see the magic, it looks like an official note that was written for them to receive it, but since some words were made invisible, I saw that some words were removed. So, and basically, it was a note that was taken and changed so they could do this.
Yeah, I'll get pissed, and I'm gonna say to the two guys, I'm gonna point at the two guys, you're fucking guys. If you don't get me the guy now I need to talk with, I'm gonna make sure that your masters know you use magic to cheat people at this fucking city.
All right. The one who seems to be the leader of them all, he says, "Shit, we were just hoping that you should just look over this." And the other guy says, "Oh, look, I can't go back to studying for 24 hours." One of them is going to cast a spell. So, Hope and Adrin, between the two of you, how much is 30 HP? How much HP do you guys got?
I got more than that.
All right. Hope, do you have less than 30 HP?
I have 27.
Yep. The spell.
And I'm an elf.
Yeah. So you get the elf, the Adrin. They cast sleep on the two of you, or they cast a spell, and it washes over the two of you, but only Hope falls asleep.
Mm. I'm going to pull my blade in Blade Song and strike at the guy that cast.
Let's roll initiative. Shamash, you can see this and join in if you want.
Yep.
Do you want to inform Felicia of what's going on, or do you just want to leave her there?
No, I'm going to yell out that there's trouble, and I'm going to charge forward to help.
She says, "I will secure the crates."
Right. My initiative was 11.
Oh my god!
I yell at the dragonborn, secure the wagons.
All right. In that case, I'm going to veer slightly towards the first wagon, with Felicia on the second one. And I'm going to take up a position at the back to defend it. Judging from these initiative rolls coming out of the mages, like I might not get to do much.
All right. The mage that's looking at you, he says, "Oh shit. We're not going back to the library, not for that long." And he casts Scorching Ray at you, Adrin.
Did I Blade Song?
Yes.
Okay. Makes a difference.
Oh,
Yes,
this
I had
might
a-
be bad.
Yes, I had a 21.
Yeah, that's definitely not gonna make it. His last one, yeah, those two don't make it. So two of them had like one of them actually comes close, and your Blade Song's magic protects you from the strike.
Well, it's not really
You
magic.
dodge.
It's more of magically infused dancing, so I'm sort of nimble. I just sort of
Yeah, so
move
Yeah,
out of the
the-
way. Almost
Yeah, you-
Matrix-like.
you move out of the way from your it would have hit you normally, but with your Blade Song, it's a surreal feeling. You move out of the way. I don't know how to describe it. I'll think of something later. The other one just misses and hits the street ground behind you. However, this Scorching Ray, in his panicked position, he shoots at the wagon. Ooh. What is in the wagon? That is not good. All right. Okay, so the two rays head towards Adrin, and the one ray scorches towards the wagon. So already being shot twice, preserves his loyalty to his boss, and he jumps in front of it for 10 damage. That guy is having a real bad day, and he's unconscious.
He needs a raise as well.
Yeah, he will be erased.
There's a lot of 11s here. Shamish, your dexterity?
My dexterity is 12.
12? Okay. The truly panicked mage who definitely does not want to go back there.
I go in between.
Oh yeah, okay. Adrian, you go. So
I'm gonna hit the guy that cast Scorching Ray with my sword.
Yep.
Does a 14 hit?
No. You swing at him, and you can see that he tried to dodge, but you just see him raise his arm, and it cuts into his robe, and you can see dragon scales underneath it.
Okay. So, that'll be my turn.
The other one casts Ray of Sickness towards you. And that isn't going to hit. So this green ray just shoots past you and hits the building behind you.
Yeah.
Shamash, your turn.
Right, so at this stage I've taken up a defensive posture behind the first wagon. How far away am I from the mages?
Oh, I know what I was going to do on my move action. I was going to kick Hope in the shin.
Okay. That wakes you up. Hope wakes up for when his turn comes around. Yeah, so then the Ray of Sickness goes off and misses. Shamash, you're about the the wagon is about 10 feet long. So they're about 20 feet away. The sorceress is about 25 feet away.
Right. This is probably something I can't do, but as a beginner, I'm going to ask anyway. Can I cast Mage Hand? I know I'm not allowed to attack with it, but can I use it to try and either knock somebody out or muffle the mouth so they can't cast the spells?
You can use it as a disruptive force. That is something you can do with it, though you can't knock them out with it. But you can definitely try to cover their mouths with or slap their hand.
Yes, and in that case, I'm gonna the hot-headed one, the one that seems to be in charge. I'm gonna try and cover his mouth.
Now, my question is, are you going to put great effort into this Mage Hand, or are you going to just use the spell normally?
I am going to be quite forceful about it. I'm going to use... Hang on, where's my font of magic? Let's just make sure it says I'm allowed to do this.
Hey, you're normally not. That I'm asking.
Sorry?
You're normally not allowed to. That's why I'm asking.
All right. Yeah, I'm putting a lot of force into it, like as much as I can possibly muster.
Yeah. So this because of your just for fun, because wild magic kind of sucks.
Yeah, I know
so,
what's coming.
Yeah, you cast the Mage Hand, and it starts to get pretty distorted. You can add your spell ability modifier to your strength check against them. Although this guy rolled pretty fucking high.
I didn't roll very high. I rolled a 3, and my spell modifier is... Where is it? That's charisma, isn't it? So it's +5. So that's only 8.
Yeah, this Mage Hand pops up in front of him and starts kind of like getting in his face, and then it starts distorting, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And he hits it so hard that it dispels.
Right.
He's like, "What the hell was that?"
Oh well, at least it was worth a go. Like I'm gonna, with my movement action, I'm gonna try and make my way towards the downed wagon driver as well.
Okay.
Try and protect both him and the wagon at the same time.
The silent sorceress, she's going to climb onto the wagon, but instead of getting into the wagon where the materials are, she's going to use Cure Wounds on the merchant.
Right.
And heals him for 6 points. So he's conscious and fully healed, although that won't remove the now burn marks on his chest. He's gonna have to see a professional.
You're gonna do that ass.
The two are obviously kind of annoyed that she helped the merchant, but they're definitely got bigger things to worry about. Hope, your turn.
I'm gonna cast Command and try to make them both to fall prone and aim this thing.
All right. The DC is 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, the panicked mage in the brown seems to be affected by the spell, but the hot-headed one doesn't.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to make my club magic quickly and move up to the
Okay.
what do you call it? The guy, the hot-headed guy.
The
Mind you, you're doing all this from the ground
Yeah.
because you fell asleep.
So I get up.
Yeah.
To him. I'm probably 10 feet away from him or something like that, right?
I would say you guys were holding a pretty nasty conversation, so you were probably
Yeah.
5 feet away from him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That was my turn.
Okay. All right. Hmm. What does that mean? Sorry, I'm just looking up a spell right now. All right. He is going to aim his hands at both of his hands at the two of you. And he's going to cast a spell. Feel free to make Arcana checks if you want to know what he's casting.
Sure. 24.
Probably don't want to know what he's about to cast.
15.
Yeah.
What did he
He's-
cast?
He's casting blindness, deafness on you and Hope. You can see that he's casting the normal spell, but he's enhancing it with his own brand of magic. And you both need to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh,
9.
A 9 is no good.
18.
18 is sufficient. So, yeah, you feel this darkness kind of clouding your eyes. It is beyond supernatural and is incredibly painful, but you manage to resist it. As for Hope, you don't manage to resist it, and it completely clouds your eyes, and you are effectively blinded. And that's his turn. He's surprised that you resisted it, but he's still eager for battle.
Uh,
And it's your turn, Adrian.
the guy that just cast that spell.
Yep.
I am going to use a spell of my own at him. I'm going to use Booming Blade on him.
Okay. He knows what you're casting on him.
Oh, that is a 27.
That's going to hit him.
This is going to hurt him. That is 10 points of slashing damage and 2 points of thunder damage.
Yeah, you cut him deeply, and he's incredibly pained. He's definitely holds his ground, though.
And if he moves before the beginning of my next turn, he takes another 2d8.
Yeah. Once you hit him with that, he looks around himself, very wary of his situation. The other mage goes, the panicked one. He, of course, drops to his knees and starts groveling. Shamash, your turn.
Yeah. Seeing what this was, Silent Sorceress has just done, I'm going to assume that she's not hostile at the moment. I'm going to refocus my attention on the hot-headed mage. but I want to try and start them into moving, seeing that what has just been cast at them. So I'm going to yell at them in Draconic, very threateningly, to try and intimidate them into breaking and running, or at least startling him so that he takes the damage from the other spell.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
12 plus 5, 17.
Yeah, you shout at him, and he hears your words. You can actually feel his aura fluctuate as you kind of taunt him to get out of here. But he doesn't seem interested in moving, and he definitely shows that he has no intentions of running.
Right.
After that, it's the Silent Sorceress. She continues to stay seated, doesn't move. She says, "I told you two idiots this was a bad idea." Hope, what do you do?
I'm blind, right?
Yes, you're blind.
Then command I cannot use because they're light outside, but I can still remember where the people are, right?
Yes. I'm
So
not sure.
I
if
use
it's-
burn hands. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can.
Because it says it does rely on sight.
Yeah, no. You can use it. It hits him.
And I use level 2 because I'm a warlock.
I mean, it hits him regardless. But
So it's 4. Not that much. 12 damage? 5 damage?
Yeah, hitting him with ability with burning hands, you definitely you hear him go down on one knee, and you can hear his exhaustion.
And do I hit the other guy too? Or...
He's out of it, isn't he? He's groveling.
Only one time.
It's not by choice. Yeah, he gets hit by it too. He screams a lot as you light him on fire.
It's so bright I cannot see it.
Oh, make another Constitution saving throw.
Then? No, 11.
11? That's not enough. His turn again. The hot-headed mage, he's definitely pissed off. He's getting really angry. He says, "Fine. If nobody gets it, if I can't have it, nobody can have it." And he lifts his hands over his head and starts preparing a fireball. He gets ready to throw it, and the Silent Sorceress casts Counterspell. And he's looking at his fizzle spell like, what? And she just waves at him. He's like, God damn it. Adrin's your turn. He knows he can't move, so...
I hit him with another booming blade. which is a 17.
Yep. He raises his shields, and arcane energy clashes with your thunder strike, and you break through and you hit his scales again. But the amount of force that was drained from the shield, you just don't hurt him.
Yeah. So I didn't clear his shield spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
Can I use the cantrip more than once?
The cantrip's a bonus action?
The cantrip is an action, but I'm using action surge to take another action.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to hit him with another booming blade again. 17.
Yeah, you come in for the second strike, but the shield stops it still.
Okay. Okay. So, use no longer receives an energy.
Yeah, the groveling mage, he gets up and he starts running.
I'm going to use my reaction.
Sure, what do you want to use it on?
Booming blade.
Okay. Roll.
I rolled a natural 1.
Roll me a d6 and hope call heads are even. Odds are even.
Even.
1.
All right. So you swing again. It hits the red sorcerer's shield.
Okay.
And with that, it's Shamash. What do? You see that the brown mage is running away. The panicked mage is running away. The hothead one's still looking for a fight. And the sorceress is seemingly on your side. Or at least is protecting the cargo.
Yeah. All right. But as Adrian's battering away at the hot-headed mage, I think I'm going to double check the intentions of the sorceress. So I want to use persuasion and ask her if she's really has stood down. I also want to use my Tides of Chaos, so I'll get advantage on it.
Okay.
First one was a 6, the other one was a 4. So a 6 is the highest, and add on my persuasion, that is 5, so that is 11.
Yeah, so she says, well, I was kind of brought here against my will. Kind of hard to say no, but I guess it's my own problem. And I wasn't going to let him blow anything up.
Right. Okay, I'll relax a little towards it then. And that's it.
That's your actions then. Okay. Of course, to signify that she is actually on your side, she's going to cast Sleep. Like, I need to roll very high, but yeah, I'm not going to roll any higher than that. She casts Sleep, and the hot-headed mage just collapses on the ground.
I take a rope and tie him up and see if he has a spell book on him.
No, he just has an arcane focus.
Uh,
I want to look around just to make sure that it hasn't attracted any other unsavory people that might want to take advantage while we were distracted.
Nope. You just see what looks like one of the professors coming out of the tower finally. Of course, he probably saw it from one of the upper windows, and he's been running like this whole time. And he finally gets out, and he's like panting. He's like, oh my god, I should have took Dimension Door. After he catches his breath, and he says, "What the hell is going on out here?"
Hope you're the guy making the delivery.
I cannot see shit.
He's by the death, isn't he?
Make another con save.
18.
Yeah. You can see again.
I'm gonna use my hands like to get my size back, and I said, "These two guy, this guy and the guy will run in there, try to fake papers to get my wagon, so I need to deliver here."
With my 40 speed, could I have caught up to the guy that was running?
You could probably catch him right now. Like, he's moving so panicked that he can't run straight.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go catch him just because.
He says, "Well, I'm sure we could catch him, put him in detention, but fair enough."
This girl here, she helped with not exploding our wagons, so I'm very grateful for her help.
He says, "Yeah, they're usually a trio, but they conflict a lot." And she says, "I just wanted to see what was inside."
Hey, you should just ask.
He says, "Of course she would. Just ask." These two, on the other hand, they think fire first and questions later.
Yeah, I'm just here to report them to the city guy.
Don't worry. Once I inform the Archmage, well, he'll probably talk to you very shortly, as a matter of fact. I'll take these two away. Well, I'll take this one away. I'll convince that elf to take the other one with me. And
before the soldiers leave, I was gonna say, if you need a job sometime, or maybe a job on the side, you can always meet me at Dream of Hopes, and I will find something for you to do.
He says, "I am an advocate of magic first, but if I, for some reason, have a falling out with magic entirely, I'll give you a look."
Yeah, but I kind of want to set up a research about fiends, so if you have any expertise in that field, I will be happy to pay you.
He says, all the professors and students are forbidden to...
I thought he turned to the girl.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, draw.
Yeah.
Oh, she says, I'm not really interested in fiends, but thank you.
Okay. I thank you for the help. And can I help you with anything? You want to know more?
She says, no, I just want to take a look at stuff.
You can take a look when we deliver it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you guys head to your destination, and it takes about an hour of waiting. Whose fan is that?
I don't have any fan going.
No.
Okay, it went away. So after about an hour of waiting, Relgar Stormbringer, of course, makes his entrance, and he says, Adrian, nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Is this everything I've ordered?
Yeah. Including this, and he holds out the giant diamond he's been holding on to the entire time.
He says, perfect. I've been deciding to delve into some would say, very heretical practices to the faith. I thought, how come all the clerics in the world get to revive people, but us mages can't? To say the least, it's been a tedious struggle.
I always viewed magic and as different types of energy, positive, negative, for good and evil, and sort of arcane magic and divine magic are sort of, they sort of have a different feel to them. I think the energy is just
You would be correct in that assumption.
Are
But
you
I'm
trying
sure you
to?
have business everywhere.
Yeah. Are you trying to convert arcane energy into divine energy?
I'm trying to split the hairs and see what's different. As basic knowledge of magic would teach one person in this strange world, is that all magic comes from the same thing, but it seems that through filters such as, well, deities for our cleric friends, it seems that they function differently from arcane energy, which seems to be on the more chaotic and offensive than the curing potential that clerics have. And of course, the defiance of life outright. But that is entirely a debate for another time.
Could you recommend any books on the subject?
He says, well, I could obviously give you a manual to basic magic, but I have a feeling that since you're all here, you know exactly what it is.
Yeah. Oh, and I turned to the Dragon Board. Did you sign up with the guild in the Wizards Guild yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, you should. You seem promising.
I would like that very much.
He says there's a small fee, and of course you'll be signing in as one of the students that I've been so grateful to introduce himself to. And he's, of course, referring to the troublemakers that you've encountered earlier. But some of them are well-meaning, and to be fair, that he is quite powerful.
Yeah. Plus, you get free spells.
Yes. Unless you're a sorcerer, then you're kind of stuck. Offer scrolls to substitute.
Yeah, I would very much like to see the scrolls. How much is the fee?
He says a level 1 scroll is 50 gold.
I think he meant the fee for joining.
Oh, it's also 50 gold, fortunately.
Right, well, I'm certainly interested, but I'll have to wait till I get paid for doing this current job before I can afford it, so I will return once I have the money. unless
I,
Hope wants to give 50.
I can give you the 50 now if you want.
Yeah, and that if that's all right. In that case, we'll do that.
Very well. Here you go then. Allow me to pay you in person. And he, of course, pulls out this. It's not even. He doesn't even pull it out. It's more like there's a wagon that was kind of hidden behind like a small, like crevice, and it kind of just animates and pulls itself out. And there's this large, like oversized sack of gold in it on top of it.
Yeah. How much is this?
He says it should be all 50,000 coins if the deal I am aware of is still in order.
Yeah, we should say that. It was a little trouble of your mages, but
He says, well, perhaps I could throw in a scroll or two. Are you looking for anything?
Do you have a better folding, maybe? At a borrow?
Ooh. Well, if that's all you're going to ask for. He reaches into, like, I would say it's like a satchel. He reaches into it and he pulls out a sizable sack. It's more like a coin pouch. And he tosses it to you.
And I poured a bit sack of gold.
What'd you say?
I poured a bit sack of gold into it.
Yep. Well, it doesn't hold all the gold, as it can only hold up to 50 pounds, I believe.
Better folding?
Yes, a common bag of holding, that is.
I have no idea.
I'm sure you'll find it faster than I would. It's in the
DMG.
Yeah.
I keep getting into the section where I'm looking at like settings and stuff. Professional gamers. I keep getting to the map. Oh, there we go. Okay, magic items. Necklace. I need bags. Dragon Slayer. Bag of Devouring. You sure you don't want that? 2 foot in diameter at the mouth, 4 feet deep. The bag can hold 500 pounds, but cannot exceed 64 cubic feet. The bag weighs 15 pounds regardless of content. So it can hold all of this. So all the coins fit into the bag of holding. And you manage to clean the sack out of all of its coins to assure that you have everything.
And I'm gonna give me a hand to him and say, thanks for the deal.
He says, thank you for delivery. And he shakes your hand.
By the way, I promised the sorceress she can loot at the stuff. If
He says,
can
oh.
keep my word.
He says, oh, I guess I can supervise her. I've been a promising little witch for this entire time, so I guess this would be a good way to reward her.
Yeah, she really help us with not burning the stuff down because your hot.
Can you be a little more specific?
Your hot work, your hot.
She counterspell the fireball.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's
wagon.
I guess that's fair.
She also saved the wagon driver and put the hot-headed mage to sleep to stop the fight.
Maybe I will have an apprentice after all. Oh. I'll make sure she gets to see my belongings. She, of course, deserves that much at least. Anything else you desire?
I wonder if I'll be getting a bigger payment, more like 1,000 gold for all the effort I put in.
Well, that's a discussion up for your manager, I believe.
So you're doing a good job. You get 1,000 each.
I think you've just made a new best friend in Shamash then.
Well, if you have nothing else here, I will be busy commanding students to carry all these belongings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say that I look forward to visiting the guild so that I can learn more about my powers.
We will see.
If you get 1,000, can you follow me to the Dreaded Union then?
Yeah,
And you will get 1,000.
that's okay. I was gonna go there anyway.
All right. So you guys leave, and of course, Felicia is following. The merchants say that they will bring the wagons back.
I'm not gonna raise the merchant who got attacked. This race.
How much of a raise?
How much do you get in a month right now?
They get paid 1 gold a day.
20%. I'd say I'm sorry you get hurt that much, so I'll raise at 10% on the cheap.
So you give him 1 more silver?
And then, yeah.
No, that is technically a lot. He says, "Oh, that'd be great, boss."
Well, considering drivers normally get like a few silver a day.
Well,
Yeah.
he's not just a driver. He's a proper merchant for his business.
Yeah, then
So, yeah. So after you talk to him, all 4 of you head over to the credit union. And of course, as far as the guild, Unnamed Adventurers Guild knows, you only owe them 225.
100. It's 10%.
Yeah, but I'll pay that for you.
Yeah, it's 10% of the reward, isn't it?
Yeah. It's 10% of what you bring in.
Yeah, so he's paying you guys 225.
Yeah.
Or 2,250. So it's 225.
I paid 2,000.
Yeah.
And 300 to the guild.
Oh, okay, that's way more than you're supposed to.
10%.
I thought everyone was getting 1,000 each, which means
Yeah.
The guild, when we started this mission, it was 750 each.
Yeah.
Which is 225 gold to the guild.
Yeah.
But now he changed the price at the end, so there's no way the guild knows that the price changed.
Okay. But what he pays is 10%, not 25. So.
Oh yeah, no, the price changes. So if he wants to change the price, then it's 300 gold now. But
I just give the gold as the thing and say the rest is a tip.
Okay.
300.
All right, so the 3 of you add 1,000 gold.
And I'll put the 50. No, I'll put 45,000 in the bank.
Okay.
So do I need to deduct the 50 gold I've just paid for the...
Yep.
Yeah, so that's 950. Yeah. Right.
And with that, that's for the most part, the end of the adventure. Is there anything else anyone wants to do?
No.
Well, Shamash was started the day looking for a job, and now he feels rich. So yeah, he's good.
Felicia has no extra plans, so
I'm gonna invite her on our water trolley on our end, and so we can drink
you invite her to what?
to our pub and drink beer.
Huh?
I invite them all, but especially her because she was a female. But didn't kill me first time ever tried to kill me.
Out of the entire party, she's probably the most masculine of you all.
Yeah. But she's still an elf, so she looked pretty.
Yeah. Considering her size, she's actually smaller than the most of you.
And I'm trying to flirt a little bit better, but not too
Okay.
much.
How much do you have to drink? That's the question. How much are you all drinking?
Try to drink her under the table.
I'm drinking moderately.
All right.
Yeah, the Shamash is totally unused to this kind of situation, so he's probably going to wind up having way more than he should.
What's your guys' constitution?
Yeah.
I have 17. My constitution. Straw. Do I need to roll?
14 for Shamash.
All right, Shamashi. Adrian, you're just kind of sitting here watching this for the most part because you're a well-behaved citizen. But you notice that Shamash and Hope start drinking rather aggressively in front of trying to compete with Felicia. And Shamash, I'm going to say about 3 hours goes by before you guys. Hope you're starting to get pretty drunk, but Shamash, you may have pushed yourself over the limits. Make yourself a Constitution save.
Right. That's abysmal. 5 plus 2, 7.
Yeah, she invites the both of you up to dance. Make performance checks. Shamash, you of course are suffering from disadvantage from being way too drunk.
Yep.
Did my girlfriend ever show up?
Oh yeah, she once they go up to drink, like to have a drink, she shows up and starts asking about how your day's going.
24. I rolled a 19. 24.
Yep. My highest was 8. My lowest was 3. So with performance, that is 6.
Yeah, so she's not dancing too terribly. She's not the most elegant creature on the face of the planet with a 14. Hope, you're definitely impressing her with your moves. Shamash, you are not having a good time.
Country boy at the city.
As I'm going to say, another 2 hours goes by. Shamash, make another Constitution save. Hope, make a Constitution save.
Done a bit better this time. I rolled 18 with my modifier. That's 20.
Hope, how's your Constitution save?
14.
Ooh. That's good. So, yep, you're still having a good time. Your gut's having a bit of difficulties. You can hear it fighting. Shamash, This is just city stuff. You've drank worse than this from your tribe. It was new to you, so you weren't used to it, but now you're getting used to it, and you're coming back.
Right.
Another 2 hours goes by. Everyone, except for Adrian, make Constitution saves.
16.
And 50.
Smash, you are, well, smashed. You are definitely losing yourself to the ale. Adrian, what do you do?
I'm just sitting back.
Yep, you and Cassandra just talking over to each other over some wine.
Yeah, I tell her about what went on. Sending a warning shot to that guy, Invisible.
She says, "Oh, him? He was such a nice lad."
I didn't hit him.
He says, "Oh yeah, but we found him on the street like 20 minutes later."
Yeah.
I mean, he's not dead, but he was arrested, so he might as well be dead.
Oh, I think he jumped in the cart and then the Elven Terror over there knocked him out.
She says, "Yeah, that was a good kick, though." Everyone make Constitution checks except for Adrian.
I'm rolling better 20.
Oops, I've gone back up again. I rolled 18, so I've got a 20 as well.
Yeah, you're all holding on fairly well. The alcohol is getting to you all. You're
How
all
many
feeling
hours
pretty
did
fine.
we drink now? 8?
It's been about 8 hours. So you guys are, well, Shamash is pretty much out of it. He's basically just going on pure instinct right now. Oh, you're pretty sloshed.
Yeah.
Felicia's definitely getting warmed up.
I'm gonna try to invite her back to my new office. See what I'm at.
Roll persuasion.
19.
She's gonna say that yeah, she's gonna say it's probably not a good idea.
No.
What time of night is it?
I would probably say it's about 1 a.m.
You know,
I
we've
don't say
all,
it.
I say to Cassandra, we've always gone back to my place because it's so close. Why don't we go back to yours?
You do know that my place is across town in the Sea Dragon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, we can go there. I mean, it's just a Sea Dragon, though.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not the same people running it as before.
She's like, well, we'll see how much unchanged it went. And but she leads you. She leads you on.
Yeah. I'm not stupid enough to carry all my money with me at the same time, so
Yeah.
I can just put my stuff underneath the bed.
Okay, so you stop at the Unnamed Adventurers Guild and put your money away. And you're level 6. You have enough. Everyone respects you enough not to touch your shit.
Yeah.
Everyone make Constitution saves.
I'm gonna say to the half elf that life is about making bad decisions too. And I rolled a 8.
Yeah, I rolled a 12, so that's 14 for me.
Yeah. So you're like, life's about making bad decisions, and then you just throw up in front of her. Shamash, you're dancing, have a good time. Make me a dex saving throw.
Oh, natural 20, plus 1, 21.
Yeah, you're dancing, having a good time. You trip yourself, but you catch yourself on the nearby table. You're like, whew.
With that happening, I think Shamash is going to start suspecting he might be a bit too sloshed. But I don't know whether he's had too much to realise that on a conscious level, or if you think it's more of a subconscious thing.
Roll wisdom. Let's see where that goes. Roll insight against yourself.
Oh, it didn't go very well. 9 plus 2, 11.
So you're just sitting there like, I haven't had enough fun yet.
It's like every Danish person in the bar.
All right. So as the night goes on, Felicia's actually going to stop drinking when she realizes that you throw up, and Shamash almost fell and broke his neck but caught himself. Everyone make Constitution saves for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I'm gonna mumble something about I need a woman touching my new to decorate my new office and stuff like that. And I wrote it in.
No, that's an automatic fail. She says no to office work.
Well, I rolled a 2, so would we modify that's 4? I think I passed out somewhere.
I got rules for Cassandra in the chat.
Oh, what's that? What's that for?
You know what that's for.
Oh. Did you do your own rules?
Yeah, those are mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go find her character sheet because it's been a while since I've used that thing. If I can even find those missions again.
But the 2 dice is not in our place, right?
Yeah, nobody else can see it. I'm gonna give that one advantage, which doesn't really work out very well. I'll tell you what she rolled. Her sleight of hands is what was her dex? I don't think her dex is actually that great. No. She rolled 18 on sleight of hands, 8 on athletics, and her con save is a natural 20. And
she did not have a very good time. Or she did not have the best time.
All right. So Shamash, you're absolutely wasted. You caught yourself and you go for another hour. And then before you're just realizing like, oh, this isn't good. You just kind of slump over on the dance floor. You're kind of like a slinky, like you scrunch up and then fall over.
You keep trying to dance though all the way.
Yeah, it might as well just be a boxing match. They're calling out your name. You're like blurry vision, like trying to get back up to move your feet, and you're like take a nap.
Can I try to high five him?
I don't think it's. Yeah, roll. Both of you roll sleight of hand.
I've got 12.
15.
He's laying on the ground and like with the last amount of conscious effort, he slaps his hand towards you, and you kind of throw your hand out at him, but you just fall on top of him, and you're kind of just laying on top of Shamash as you're like trying to figure out if you hit his hands. And Felicia's like, this isn't good.
I don't talk to Felicia. Can you tell us home?
Start singing in Draconic.
Can I try to preserve conversation to tell us home?
She says, well, I don't want to leave you boys here to get mugged. Not that we'd be really mugging. She gives Shamash a quick nudge to see if he's awake. And of course, he doesn't respond. He just kind of mumbles to himself. And she says, for him, it'd be more like looting. Shamash, how much do you weigh?
Do you want just me or me plus my equipment?
You plus your equipment that you would bring to, drinking session.
Well, yeah, it would probably just be me and my staff then. So that means I weigh 224 pounds, and my staff is an extra 4, so that's 228.
Yep, she's looking at, of course, another big fellow that asked her to take her home. And she says, you're good. It's a good thing I'm used to this back when I was in a war band. And Hope, how much do you weigh?
I just put my hands around her and trying to use her.
I think you're unconscious on top of me, mate.
I'm out?
No, you're having difficulty standing.
Yeah, I'm just set my hand around her wrist and try to walk, but I walk like my head over her shoulder and try to walk straight.
She says, if you throw up on me.
I promise I'm gonna buy a new silk thing for you then.
Okay. So your arms are around her neck, basically she's guiding you along, kind of tripping over yourself, but catching yourself so you don't embarrass yourself. The power of charisma at work there. Shamash, she just picks you up and slings you over her shoulder. Her tiny frame, she's actually superbly strong. And she takes you to the Unnamed Adventurers Guild and puts you guys in beds.
At that stage, I think I'd be snoring softly by this stage, by the sounds of things.
What color are you? For your Dragonborn?
Yep, brass.
Is that acid?
No, it's fire. So there'll be little wisps of smoke coming out, probably.
Yeah, you give, as she's carrying you across, you probably have like this half throw up, half sneeze, where you burp and it kind of scorches her ass.
Oh god,
She
I'll
almost-
have to apologise for that in the morning.
She almost drops you, catches you by your feet, and you're kind of just hanging off her back. And she pulls you back over.
On the way back to the unnamed individual, I'm trying to say, I'm doing the Dragonborn on the. See how good I was to drinking. I'm the best in the world. And just bullshitting.
She says, "I'm sure you are."
And when you put me in the bed, I'm gonna say, why are you not in the bed? I'm very drunk.
Because I feel like that would be classified as rape.
So tomorrow then.
God loves a try.
She says, "I have a strange feeling you'll be missing tomorrow."
No, I'll be in your dreams. You'd always meet me in dreams of hope. Maybe you'd have some dreams of hope.
she shakes her head and she says goodnight. Hopefully you don't throw up in your mouth while you're asleep.
I'm turning on to the side and have my head half over the bed, outside the bed, because it's not first time it's happened.
All right, so Adrian, you and Cassandra are in this pretty I wouldn't even call it a hovel. It's more like a This is actually the room where they try to hold Fletch and Ericus hostage, but it's just been remodeled into like a small inn room. It's got like 5 beds in there, but it's a pretty tight place.
Yeah.
So you two just finished doing the hanky panky. Don't worry, everyone. We made the rules. It's okay. For no one that's interested.
Yeah. And the on the percentiles, the danger zone is low, right? Or is it high?
I think it's low,
Okay.
but you both have to make the check. So not that anyone's worried about that happening.
I take the tab, the bar tab. I'm gonna pay that. Yeah, just saying. Before we walk.
Oh God.
I think it's a hell of a tap by the sounds of things, mate. You sure?
I got to roll for her then. Ooh. What's all this? Oh God. So you guys getting drunk on ale, or are you mixing up your drinks?
Well, if Hope is buying, then I suppose it's his choice.
We have drank the hard liquor all day.
I just had a few ciders, so.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure you paid for yourself.
Oh no. He
okay.
got 50,000 gold. He can pay for our drinks. He invited me. We did not meet there. He invited me.
Okay, I pay for everyone.
All right. So so what were you guys drinking, Shmash? What were you drinking?
I'll have been mostly on the ales. Basically, whatever was put after the first couple of hours, and probably anything that was put in front of me, but certainly the ales to start with, and then whatever Hope wanted to give me after that.
All right.
We probably start with some hard later, because to show how masculine we were.
Yeah.
And
Don't
go
forget
to
to
dark
include
elf.
the dinner me and Cassandra had.
So much Alice.
The kebab on the way home.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just pay for everything because I'm drunk. So
All right.
shit.
I'm not going to do all the math, but I'll tell you what she drank. When you guys were making checks, she drank 6 ale. When Shamash made her first check, she drank 6 ales. When she made her second check, she had 2 glasses of whiskey.
That is
And
a
for the rest of the night, she was drinking bottles of wine.
Wow.
That is a 10.
Yeah, you have 17 Constitution. She has 20. And it's her primary saving throw.
Okay, some fun. Yeah.
So, all in all, it comes to about 70 gold for all of you.
70?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to tip 5 additional.
Well, no. It's just 70.
I tip 5.
Okay, so 75.
I'm
Yeah,
drunk.
You pay the bartender. All right. So, of course, tomorrow's a new day, but I think we can end it here.
Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be a very inactive day by the sounds of things.
So, just for record keeping purposes, this is one day after, what was it? The last event, which was a peacekeeping. So, one day after that, or 2 days because you had to do all the dealings and stuff. And this would have been days, so 3 days in total. This is worth 1 experience, so feel free to add the experience. Of course, you guys got 3,000 gold in total, and the guild got 300. And with that, I think it's safe to say that we're done here. So thanks everyone for playing.
Yeah, thank you very, very much
Thanks
for
for
doing it
the
at such short notice. Yeah, thanks for DMing. It's been really fun.
Feel free to ask anytime.
No bother, mate.
And with that, we'll say goodnight.